President Donald Trump's newly minted Secretary of Transportation, ex Fox News host, and real world bro Sean Duffy got an earful during a visit to California.
So if you want to go protest somewhere, if you want to shout at someone, go to the governor's mansion. Go talk to Democrats in the legislature who have brought us this crappy project, right? So we've seen over the course of the last month what DOGE has exposed with regard to fraud, waste, and abuse. And we're done with it. And you know what? You're going to have people who love fraud, who love waste, who love trains to nowhere. But all of us up here, we do not love fraud, waste, and abuse. We are going to use the taxpayer money efficiently and effectively, and this is a boondoggle. There is, and again, I would love if they build a rail. It was supposed to be done in 2020.
All right, so you can hear Sean Duffy talking about how this is a wasteful spending, and we're going to do a compliance review. He said President Trump has thought about this project. He's talked about the project, and I think he was kind when he said that this project has been mismanaged. He told reporters, look, there were chants of course, build the rail. Another was we pay taxes. We want trains. All right. Now, Duffy, of course, had told the crowd, oh, well, you got a problem with it? Go talk to Gavin Newsom. Go talk to the Democrats in the legislature. Okay. Look, all right. So there is some criticism there that is warranted, right? This is a high-speed rail project in California that has run into a few issues, right? So what are these issues? The requirement to follow existing transportation corridors, project not being fully funded. That includes federal funding as well, lack of a consistent, reliable funding source, the need to execute new agreements with all local agencies, regulatory agencies, and utility companies. So look, yeah, I can admit that the rail project's a bit of a mess, okay? What should be pretty straightforward, a route from San Francisco to LA, yeah, it should be straightforward, but the building it has been anything but. So there are reasons, of course, for this. According to Garth Fernandez, Central Valley Regional Director for the California High-Speed Rail Authority, said, the most challenging aspect was being in construction ahead of property acquisition. So wait, you really didn't do great planning on that, right? Our project within the 119 miles needed to acquire around 2,300 properties to construct. We are also relocating more than 1,800 utilities, ranging from telecommunications, electric, gas, water, and sewer, that needed to be done in advance of completing the major infrastructure elements. One of the several challenges that was the scope of the work was not fully defined when project was advertised. Most agreements with local agencies, regulatory agencies, and utility companies were not executed at the time of advertisement, thereby creating additional requirements and restrictions from the owners, constrained work windows, and added scope as these were finalized. All this resulted in significant scope modifications, a need for acquiring several more properties, resulting in cost and schedule changes. So, yeah, a bit of a mess, right? Currently, they've spent about $15 billion building it, and it's about 119 miles worth of tracks so far. Now, Fernandez says, look, the hard part was the acquisition, right? It's about 97% complete. There's a handful of them remaining, several utilities that got to be moved, and of course, that's going to take time, obviously. This is a huge project from the get-go, okay? Which means, yeah, it's going to take time, it's going to be expensive. Now, it is taking a lot more time than as advertised. And, of course, there's going to be costs, right? Now, the thing is, though, any big infrastructure project is going to run into issues. It's going to take some time. It's going to cost money, right? Now, the federal highway system, I mean, a lot of people thought that maybe that was crazy. Oh, my God, you're going to expand the highways to all across the country? That's insane. But we managed to do all that. So, just because the project currently has issues does not mean that it's a bad idea. It's actually a really good idea that there are a lot of people that are in favor of it. I mean, it would cut down on a lot of issues, cut down on traffic, cut down on air traffic, and have a nice, reliable, you know, mode of transportation for lots of people between two major cities. Again, it's a great idea. A lot of countries have high speed rail. If they can do it, China, Japan, etc., they can do it, then why can't we? Why can't we? What needs to happen is, of course, they need to go in, they need to figure out where the problems are and figure out a way to work around those problems. And I think that's what they're trying to do. What you do not do is just pull the plug on a project that's half done because suddenly, it's taking too long, it costs too much. Wait, so you just abandon all the work that you've already done? That's really stupid. That wouldn't make any sense. Look, California, yes, they have good ideas in California. Sometimes, or I should say a lot of the time, the implementation of those ideas is not so good, right? But that's okay. That's okay. You got to try it. You got to do some experimentation, got to figure out what works and what doesn't, okay? And so, that said, I like the idea of high-speed rail. I think it's a great idea. And if the state can manage to get it together, then this could be a absolute game changer. Okay. That said, there are reasons that people like Trump and Doge and Republicans are against the high speed rail. There's a lot of lobbying against that from the automobile industry, for example. Oh, can I think of somebody who's sells cars? In this case, electric cars that happens to be, high up in influence in the government right now? Someone who might benefit from selling more vehicles? Couldn't think of it. Can't think of one person. But look, again, one of the reasons that they're holding this up, again, is because of, yes, money, 2, lobbying, and 3, they just don't like it when people build good stuff. Okay. I don't think, Trump, if Trump was doing it, well, then it'd be different. Be like, it's the literal Trump train. Yeah, look at that. It's so awesome. But since he's not, since it's California, since Trump hates California, hates Gavin Newsom and the Democrats, he's like, we're not going to fund that. So that's why he's doing this compliance review, which is going to hold up about $4 billion in federal funding that was already promised to them through, the Infrastructure Act that Biden had signed. But so look, here's the thing. I know this project has issues, as I just went through them, right? But perhaps, I don't know, Sean Duffy might be a little bit more concerned as Transportation Secretary with all the plane crashes that are happening right now. We've had like 5 plane crashes in the space of a couple of weeks. Yeah, I mean, sure, rail running into issues, running into building problems with building high-speed rail, that sucks, but at least it hasn't killed anybody. Okay, unlike these plane crashes. That said, of course, Duffy and Trump are blaming DEI. I thought they got rid of DEI. Okay, they're blaming Joe Biden, of course, Pete Buttigieg. Oh, you didn't invest in air traffic controllers. Really? Didn't? That's funny because in one of Biden's laws, he actually signed $25 billion towards infrastructure investments related to airports and air traffic control. Oops.
Whoopsie.
Now, I'm not saying that it was immediately fixed, because obviously it wasn't. But infrastructure takes a lot of time to build, as we've seen with the rail, right? But not just that, but it also takes a lot of time to hire and train people as well. And what did the Trump administration just do? They just fired a bunch of air traffic controllers because they were probationary employees, meaning they had only worked there for less than 2 years. So Biden had signed that infrastructure investment into law, some of the people that ended up getting hired as a result of that were still in their probationary period, which means Trump just fired all the people that Biden had hired, okay, in order to do the air traffic stuff. So, oops. That's totally going to make our air traffic safer. Way to go. Way to go, dummy. Look, what's interesting here, and pretty ironic, is the fact that more high-speed rail, if they do manage to finally get this project done within our lifetimes, which we hope, that would actually reduce the need for air traffic, okay? And so, there's the irony there and make things safer, and there would be less, again, normal traffic, because it's not like, California has a traffic problem, air traffic and ground traffic. And so, yes, this high-speed rail would be very, very nice and effective. That said, based on what I'm seeing here, this real-world bro doesn't really have a lot of experience, the experience necessary to really do any kind of compliance review, much less take the job of transportation secretary. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the real DEI was hiring this idiot. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.